Recording in progress.
Good morning, honorable members of the Select Committee, officials from the...
Morning, Mr. Adam.
Yes, morning. I hope we now have quorum. Let me also extend our greetings to all the officials who represent the department, our support team from the NCOP. Without any further ado, since we have quorum, we are now going to begin with our business of today. I'm hoping that I'm audible, honorable members.
You are audible.
Yeah, audible, Chair.
Thank you very much. Firstly, let me express my words of gratitude to you all for having steered this ship, even in my absence, led by Honorable Molokome, acting as the chairperson, our whip, and all the support that you have given me during this hard week that I've been faced with some difficulties. And we also lost my sister, and we had to lay her on rest last weekend on Saturday, or on Sunday, sorry. So we having a very busy schedule on our side, but we really thank you for the support. Without any further ado, Mr. Manele, are there any apologies received?
Good morning, Chair. Chair, from the committee, we have only one apology from Honorable Britt, who is busy with the exams, and from the department is from the Director General. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. Welcome, DG. And we also wish to send our good luck messages to Honorable Briette so that she can do well in her exams, and all of us who are writing exams. There's a similar message you've been sending. Without any delays, we are now going to be dealing with consideration and adoption of the agenda. These are the matters that are before us, and we intend finishing at 12 o'clock. Honourable members, is there any mover for the agenda?
I move, Chair.
Chairperson, just before, I have a clarity question.
Okay, before Honourable Nzimande, yes, Honourable Skip Cocker.
I just want to, and maybe I'm wrong, just the tabling of the final mandates, should that not be at the end of it after we've taken all of it? I just want to, it's just an administration. I just want to see, we have all of these clause by clause approval with the extension, tabling, public participation, and then the final mandates, or is that the procedure? I just want to have clarity on that. If that's not supposed to be at the end, other than that, that's the only just clarity seeking question. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. We agreed that the team advised us that we must start with the provincial mandates so that we maintain the consistency. We started with the tabling of final mandates by the provinces. Then the department will come in and the legal team will also come in. Then we'll deal with the issue on the extension. And also, you'll recall that there was a report that was given by members, Honorable Skirkocher and Honorable Bedenhorst, that there were only 3 provinces which conducted public hearings in a proper manner. So that report will be giving us a detail on what transpired during the process. I don't know whether members feel that we can start with that report so that by the time we get to the items, we know exactly what transpired in the allegations that members raised, because we treat them as allegations, not as a gospel truth. So maybe let's start with that. We'll allow Mr. Manele will take it forward to start with that report so that we can get a sense whether provinces conducted public hearings. Thereafter, you as provincial delegates will then give your final mandates from your respective provinces. Is that in order, members?
Because you have ruled
Order,
so.
Chair.
Yes, Honorable Mckesson?
I think I agree with you, Order, Chair. Let's start with the report of Manel.
All right. Thank you very much. Can you come back, Honorable Zimande, to move for the adoption? Because you wanted to do that earlier on with these amendments.
No, Chair, I did not want to do these amendments, but because I'm defeated, let those that are making that suggestion to move. Because on my side, I believe the allegations raised should be dissociated because they can't change what we have as mandates. They should be dissociated and be a business at our level to have that clarity. But now that the chairperson has ruled, I respect and I reluctantly move.
So you move. Thank you very much, Honorable Zimande. Any seconder? Honorable
Chair, if I can just
Mckesson?
make a comment. My hand is up, Chair, sorry.
Oh, okay. Honorable Berenost?
Chair, thank you very much. I just want to make a comment, Chair, with regards to the semantics here. I'm sorry to do this, but I don't think that myself and Honourable Skirkocher made any allegations. Chair, if you can recall, the whole reason this bill was referred back to the provinces was because the committee felt there was a lack of adequate public participation in the sixth parliament.
No. Honorable
And
Berenost,
so,
don't go back.
Chair, I'm sorry, can I just allow me to finish? So all I'm doing
don't go
is
back to explain.
I'm
We
asking.
understand what you explained before.
No, Chair, sorry. We've simply asked to do oversight over the public participation process that's currently taken place in terms of this bill, to ensure that it's not following the same path as the sixth parliament. So it's not an allegation; it's a question of doing oversight over the public participation process that's taken place to ensure that we're following the right procedure for this bill. So it's not an allegation. Thanks, Chair.
Yeah, and now the part of allegation comes when you say it with confidence that only 3 conducted virtual public hearings. That becomes an allegation up until the report is presented before us.
But I never said that, Chair. That's not something that I said. You're welcome to go into the minutes.
You said in a meeting, and most of us were there. You said only 3 provinces have conducted proper public hearings. So that is why we said we need this report, because you were insisting in that meeting that we should get a report. Then we said we'll come back with that report after we've collected all the information. So I treat it as an allegation up until it is proven that it's correct, it's factual information. Because it was said in a formal meeting that only 3. So all of us were not aware that it's only 3 provinces that conducted public hearings. So it becomes an allegation, unless if my English is not good. But let's proceed, members. Mr. Manele, can you present the report?
Chair, it's Ceza here. Chairperson.
Abuceza, uzwakala sengathi usemayini emgodini uphansi 6 feet underground.
Sorry, Chair. It's the conditions la ngikhona.
All right.
Can you hear me now, Chair?
Yes.
Chair. Chairperson.
Khuluma baba siyakuzwa.
All right. Now, if the DA is saying that there is an allegation that they are purporting that it's 3 provinces, I can attest, Chair, to that. We attended all the provinces, with the exception of a suburb. I can't remember in Western Cape where they closed their wall. It's not true what they are saying.
Honorable Ceza.
Yes, Chair.
No, the reference is not made on the 6th administration. The issue that is before us is in relation to the public hearings that were conducted under 7th administration.
Yes.
So I don't know whether your reference is for current administration, not the previous one.
My reference is for both administrations.
Yeah, but let's receive a report first, so that we can discuss a report.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Manele, can you come in with the report? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chairperson. Chair, Hypo is trying to share the report. The report was sent to members, but suffice to say, Chair, while Hypo is busy trying to share the report, just to give a background, that the background of the report is an acknowledgement of the constitutional requirement that Parliament and the provincial legislatures must ensure public participation process in the legislative processes. And within that context, again, Chair, it's just a paragraph to remind members of the Select Committee that during the 2025 strategic planning session of NCOP, cost implication of placing adverts in both national, regional newspapers was presented before the Select Committee. And on the basis of that cost, Chair, members of the Select Committee collectively resolved that we must explore alternative means to ensure public participation in legislative process. And one of those means, Chair, was the placement of adverts in parliamentary website, 1, 2, placement of adverts in parliamentary social media account. Lastly, sharing of adverts with permanent members of the committee so that they can share through their constituency offices, Chairperson. Chair, within that background, again, is an acknowledgement that under your leadership, the Select Committee placed on parliamentary website and parliamentary social media account the advert asking members of the public to submit their written submissions in respect of the Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill. And the deadline was on the 30th of June. One of the reasons why the deadline was moved to that date, Chair, it is because in terms of the status of the provincial legislatures, between February and April, provincial legislatures were conducting their public hearings. Now, in order to avoid any confusion in the public space in respect of the request of the NCOP, hence June 30th, Chair, an advert was placed through the parliamentary website and the social media account. But suffice to say, Chair, in terms of the submission, the advert we did not place only the advert with regard to Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill. There were 3. One we also placed for the Public Service Amendment Bill and Public Administration Management Amendment Bill. And just to put on note, Chair, that in respect of the public administration related legislations, there were written submissions, and the committee went to an extent of coordinating and oral hearings. We know that different stakeholders made their oral submissions. But in respect of the Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill, Chair, on record, Chair, the committee did not receive any written submissions nor a request for the oral hearing, Chair. Chair, within that background, again, Chair, is an acknowledgement that during the period of February and March 2025, all provincial legislatures scheduled public hearings as a form of ensuring public participation in legislative processes, Chair. And based on your request and instruction, Chair, we then wrote email to all the liaising officers to truly confirm, one, that the public hearings that were conducted were virtual or physical. Two, the date of public hearings, the estimate number of people who participated during the public hearings, Chair. Chair, I'm here
Dr.
to...
Mtimkolo, sorry, Dr. Mtimkolo, can you start with the first province on top? I think Western Cape there is the last province. I see the reference below that. So that when he presents it, he can take us through each, provinces. Thank you. You can proceed, Mr. Manan.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I'm about to conclude the background, Chair, that in order to ensure reliability and validity of information, Chair, all liaising officers were emailed to say, can you provide a valid information with regard to the scheduling of public hearing as part of ensuring public participation in legislative process, Chair. You will see when we are now dealing with per province, Chair, we've also put the names of the liaising officers, the date of emails shared with us, Chairperson. Chair, without any waste of time, Chair, I will start with Eastern Cape, Chair. If IPA can go up. If you look at Eastern Cape, Chair, there's a confirmation that public hearings were conducted physically, and the email was sent by the Mr. Stearman on the 29th October 2025. Chair, just again to indicate that negotiating mandate was submitted. Lastly, final mandate was also tabled, Chairperson. To Free State, Chairperson. There is also a confirmation from the parliamentary liaison officer, Ms. Maret Basson, that on the and that email was shared with us on the 24th of October 2025, that confirms that public hearings were physical, and about there they demonstrate the areas that covered that public hearings were conducted, Chair. The next page, Chair, deals with, can you go down, Hypo? Gauteng, Chair. Chair, here I'm going to be slow, Chair, to say, in terms of the report tabled by Gauteng, Chair, a roundtable discussion was conducted, Chair, in order as a form of public participation, as a form of ensuring that members of the public participate in respect of the object of the bill, Chair, and the dates are provided, Chair. The liaison officer who made the confirmation on the 23rd of October 2025 is Ms. Jocelyn Moeti, Chair. KZN, Chairperson. KZN also, Chair. Here the legal advisor, Ms. V. Benjamin, Chair, confirmed through the email that was sent on the 23rd of October that in KZN, a district approach was taken as a form of ensuring public participation in legislative process, Chair. In summary, Chair, the public hearing in KZN was also physical. In Limpopo, Chairperson, Ms. M. Sabelo also confirmed on the 25th of October 2025 that Limpopo also conducted physical public participation, conducted public hearings physically as a form of ensuring public participation, Chair. Mpumalanga, Chair, there was also a confirmation from the parliamentary liaison officer, Ms. Patient Mbalo, that was sent to us on the 31st of October 2025, that public hearings were also conducted as a form of ensuring public participation in respect of the Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill, Chair. Chair Northwest, Ms. N. Ndano, confirmed on the 24th October 2025 that public hearings were physical. And the other one, Chair, is Northern Cape. Next page. Northern Cape as well, Chairperson, confirmed that public hearings were conducted hybrid in this instance, Chair, meaning both physical and through this electronic platform. And that confirmation, Chair, was submitted by Ms. Kay Abrahams on 31st October 2025. The last one, Chairperson, is Western Cape. Here, Chair, the Parliamentary Liaison Officer, Jason, Chair, also confirmed that the Western Cape Provincial Legislature also facilitated public participation by having physical public hearings, Chair. Chair, with regard to public participation, Chair, per the request of the committee, Chair, fortunately, all liaison officers are in the platforms. Should there be a need that those physical emails are put in as a form of evidence, Chair, that can be solicited in the group and shared with the members. Chairperson, thank you very much for the opportunity given.
Thank you very much, Mr. Manele. We know that we've been busy as a committee on our oversight visits, but you were able and your team to put this report together because a formal statement was made that only three, by Honorable Skirkocher, only three provinces conducted physical, others conducted virtual. It was supported in the statement. So, members, this is the report presented before you. Any comments? Honorable Skirkocher, you are the first. Yes, let's start with you. You'll be followed by Honorable Badenhorst.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Chairperson. We received this report now stating that all of these public participation has happened, but I just want to remind the committee, public participation standard must be consistent with constitutional prescripts and legal requirements, which include informing, educating, educating and creating meaningful opportunities for public participation in decision-making issues that affect them. So this is from the South African Parliament Public Participation Model, chapter number 5. And Chairperson, yes, maybe some of them have done now their public participation in the districts, but some of these districts, Chairperson, are 150 kilometers away from these central locations for them to go. Now we say all of these public participations have been done, but we don't know when. We don't have the attendance registers of these. We don't know how the notices went out, how people will communicate. I will remember in the Northern Cape report, it said a Namakwa municipality said they didn't go out to that municipality. And if you look at the Northern Cape, it's not there again. But Chairperson, also we need to note, and we need to also include all the reports that we received from the different reports. Because if you go to, let's say you go to the Northwest portfolio, the Portfolio Committee on Cooperative Governance, Human Settlements, Traditional Affairs report, every single district municipality, the community said that this process needs to be more consultative. And if you even look at it, is the recommendation from the Kevin Kahunda District Municipality, recommendation number 2. This is from the public. A plea that public participation, education, and empowerment process on the bill to be restarted. That is now the Northern Cape. Now, if you go to the portfolio report from the Free State, and that these are things are not being reported, because I know obviously members are going to say they don't have this information, but this is the things that here it says 4.1.1, there was a concern by the demarcation is done without consulting the affecting communities, disrupting service delivery. If you go to the one from Limpopo, which only had one hearing, here it says, traditional leaders raised concerns regarding the inadequate consultation, the impact of the proposed legislation on traditional leadership structure, and need for clarity. So if you say that there was public participation, but here we go again, Northern Cape, further consultation is needed. This is public input on the bill, point number 3 of the further consultation is needed on the bill for communities to have broader discussions so that they can be inclusive and avoid litigation. So as much as we have these presentations that have happened, Chairperson, proper public participation did not happen. I fail to understand, because now we say, if we look at Gauteng, round table discussions were happen. Where's the proof? Which municipalities? What is the attendance register? What's happening? So what is round table? We also having a round table discussion here. So I rest with
So
the
your
same
assumption, Honorable Dr. Skip Cocker, sorry to interrupt you. Your assumption is that they are giving us a report, but they don't have attendance register. Is that your assumption?
No, my assumption is that proper public participation was not conducted on this bill. If you go read
No, it's fine.
the input
It's
from the
fine.
public,
Because of
rural
time, I'll
communities
limit
have.
members to 3 minutes. As you are around to conclude.
No, again, it's just showing again that rural communities have been excluded because we have hybrid meetings, we have virtual meetings. And again, you will look in the Northern Cape report as well. People say that the hybrid meetings was not conducive because of technology. So again, we failed to reach the communities that this has an impact on. Thank you, Chairperson.
You, Honourable Berenost.
Chair, thank you very much. I will be very brief because I've been mostly covered by what Honourable Skeerkogel has said. I just wanted to make sure that our members of the committee understand, Chair, that the Demarcation Amendment Bill is a very far-reaching bill that will influence the demarcation of municipal boundaries, that will influence all of our voters out there, regardless of party political affiliation. So I've heard somebody else this morning refer to my political party, and that's why we are objecting to the way that the public participation took place. But the fact of the matter is this will influence every single one of our political parties. So we have to ensure that we pass the best possible legislation in the House. We have the oversight over this process. So for me, what was presented this morning, and I thank Mr. Manele, is just a report on the scheduling of public participation. He said so himself more than once. This is a report based on the scheduling. So there's every single province has shown us that they scheduled public participation, most of them virtually, but that doesn't mean that meaningful, active public participation actually took place. So we would need to find out how many people attended those virtual meetings and the physical meetings. We would need to find, and there should be attendance registers, because that is normally what happens when you do meaningful public participation. And we should also find out, I agree, what does roundtable discussions mean? I mean, a roundtable discussion in a municipal setup could be that it was mentioned in a municipality. How did the public actively and meaningfully participated in the processing of this bill? Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Zimande, followed by Honourable Muimang, Chief Whip.
No, Chairperson, I'm just worried that we are slowly shifting the goalposts unnecessarily. This is not how the matter was raised previously. Now that DA representatives in this committee, they can find that it was disingenuous for them to mislead the committee and speak to other provinces as if they've not done work.
Point of order, Chair.
They are now shifting the goalpost. And
okay, let me take the point of order, Honourable Zimande. I'll come back to you. Honourable Berenost.
Chair, I'm sorry, but Honourable Nzimande, with the fullest of respect, is casting aspersions on myself and Honourable Skeerkogel as the representatives of the Democratic Alliance in this committee. We are not misleading this committee, and I would ask him to retract that, because that's a very serious allegation. What we are asking for is meaningful public participation. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, thank you.
Can I continue, Chair?
The order is not sustained. It's a response. And two, you have misled this committee, because in this formal meeting, you said only 3 provinces conducted physical. You said only 3. So now the report is bringing something different to what you have said. That's what Honorable Nzimande is saying. So you can proceed, Honorable Nzimande.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, we are in the same situation with DA as parties in relation to our position regarding this bill. However, at this moment, we are talking as provincial permanent delegates, and we have mandates to protect. And it's not good for them to speak for other provinces. They must talk about their province, in particular Western Cape, where they decided to selectively deal with participation, public participation, and excluded where there's dominant African people. They concentrated where there's white and coloreds. They must be talking about themselves. That they are continuously doing things that are really not acceptable for this country. That's one. But what we are simply saying, there is no strict conventional way that we should be subscribing to. Whether it's a round table, whether it's visual, if there is a position that we have province in Gauteng that this has been done as Gauteng, and as a permanent delegate, I'm here to support that, to say Gauteng, this is what they've done, and I'm confirming it. So, Chair, I'm just simply suggesting we have satisfied what was asked previously. The shifting of goalposts should not deter us to move to considering the provincial final mandates. If DA has an issue that they want to take, they can take probably outside this committee. They can take it in NCOP, full sitting, or they can take it to wherever they think they can take it. We also reserve our right, but unfortunately, we are here to defend what the provincial government has done. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Nzimande. Honorable Mimang.
Thank you, Chairperson. Allow me to extend a word of greetings to yourself and honorable members of the Select Committee on the platform and the committee staff. Chair, the report as tabled gives a sense in terms of responding to the issues that were raised around public participation. It's more elaborate. My view is that it covers the thrust of what is expected of our legislatures when it comes to LAMOSA judgment framework in terms of public participation. As to whether it meets the final test, I think it's not for us to decide, but we have full confidence in the ability of our legislatures to effect public participation in terms of lawmaking. So therefore, I move that this report, following on the proposal by Honorable Nzimande, that it be accepted. I therefore move to second that, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mimang.
Chairperson.
There are 2 hands. Yes, the Honorable Ceza, Honorable Peter. Is that whip of the committee?
Yes, please. Yes, please note to
Yes,
me. I can't raise
yes,
my.
can come in. All right. Now I'll take you after Honorable Peter. Thank you very much. Honorable Ceza. Honorable Ceza, are you still there? Because time is against us. Let's take Honorable Peter, whilst Honorable Ceza is still sorting out the technical glitches. Honorable Peter.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, my take is to just ask this select committee, why should this select committee entertain something that is not have any substance? Because allegation doesn't have any substance. What have substance is evidence. Why should we entertain such assumptions? My proposal, Chair, is that we supposed to go by the mandate provided by our provinces to approve it to this committee, not to dwell too much to the assumption, because each and every person, Chair, has got their right to put any in this committee. But what can guide us is the evidence that has been provided from our legislators. I so thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Peter. Honorable Kaiser, are you back? Let's take Honorable Molokome. Honorable Whip.
No, thanks, Chair, and good morning to honorable members on the platform and our officials. Chair, I think we have had the report from our officials, and the reason why last week when I was acting Chair, I allowed honorable members to raise their concerns in that meeting so that they are properly addressed in this meeting today. So I think, Chair, the report that we have received covers most of the questions, in fact, all of the questions that honorable members has raised in last week's meeting. And I don't recall after taking this bill back to provinces, any province complaining about the time frames that were given. Remember, this bill is coming for the second time, and it's not like in the first time the public participation wasn't conducted. So this was the add up time that the provinces were given so that where there's no where there's vacuum, if they feel like they need more time, that was allocated to them. And remember, Chair, the fortunate part, I'm the former speaker of the municipality. When the bill goes to municipalities, there's a public participation. So through offices of the speakers at the local government, local municipalities, they do public participation. And as provinces won't cover all the areas in a municipality. So municipality do such a participation on a bill that is given to them. So I think we need to also understand how these things are working, because there's no way a bill can be given to the province and they don't cascade it to locals. So I think we have exhausted much of the time on this issue. So the answers are given, and can we please move to the next item? Thanks, Chair.
Thank you. Honorable Kaiser, are you back? So that I don't lock you out as I do my summary here. It seems as if he's still having some challenges. Yeah, honorable members, I think most of members have agreed that the report covers all the aspects, especially on what was raised before us. And two, I'll caution members that don't bring to this committee information which has not been verified, and you want to make it a gospel truth when you present it. Because the way it was presented, that no, only three.
Chair, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'll say summarize.
Oh, sorry, Chair. Sorry.
But because of technical glitches, I can give you 1 minute.
Oh, just 1 minute, Chair. Indeed.
Yeah, because you had some technical glitches.
Severely, Chair. No, I just wanted to say to you, Chair, as the committee and the colleagues, that let us operate on factual evidence. Let us operate on data as members, because there's lots of expectations that come from our communities about this particular bill, which seeks to overhaul the previous bill, actually. So let's trust. We can't bring half-cooked matters as you are raising, rightfully, Chair. Let us just tread carefully when we come to the committee to try and say, because I was hearing repeatedly Honorable Dr. Skierkocher when she spoke about, she kept on saying assumptions. That is a very dangerous undertaking. So for us, we try, even when we come,
Chairperson,
we
point of
come here.
order. Point of
When we
order.
come here in Parliament with issues of the community, we try
Chairperson.
to bring factual evidence
Honorable Mutaza,
so that yes,
could you please hold it there? Let me take a point of order.
Chairperson, he is casting aspersions again. There's no assumptions. These are official committee meetings of the different provinces where the people said not proper public participation was taken. So there's no assumptions. And again, I will also ask yourself, you to also not have selective here. When we had this initial thing, when I said only 3 provinces did proper, did some sense of proper public, I didn't say only 3 had virtual. So please make sure that you have everybody must have their facts together.
Only 3 had proper, but others had visual. That's what you said.
Chairperson,
so
I'm saying
I'm quoting you verbatim what you
I'm
said in
also
that meeting. So you can't change it now. And 2, you are eating on the time of Honorable Kaza. Your point of order is not sustained. Continue, Honorable Kaza.
Thank you so much, Chair. No, even now he is actually casting aspersion when he says that I am selectively doing this, submitting. Because if you can go on Hansard is the master. Right now, I was listening. You, Chair, just say, are you assuming that this was the case? And his response said that no, my assumption is that. But be that as it may, because we can't go back to record now. Let's just work on factual evidence and try and really bring to the fore what it means, the vocabulary that has been used in terms of a round table, because certainly it can't be that public participation only is a bust from a particular place or deals with that. Just to get the clarity on the word use only in terms of the rest of the processes of public participation that has to go to radio, to local newspapers, and then it goes to what committees. All that dispensation is quite essential, and I'm sure that Parliament political office cannot overlook such things. Otherwise, they then wreak the whole process, and it would have to start afresh, which is undesirable. But that process of the lawmaking process is a given. So we just have to do that, Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The second aspect which I wanted to address, honourable members, is that by virtue of being the NCOP as an institution, it does not make us the big brothers to provinces. So the way sometimes we treat provinces, we treat them as if they are our own babies and they must do what we want them to do. No, it can't work that way. That is why there's cooperative governance, that national sphere, provincial sphere, and local sphere, they've got their own constitutional mandates, but they need to be respected when they also execute what the Constitution directs them to do. So just to come here and say and nullify everything as if these provincial legislatures, they were conducting public hearings for the first time, they don't know that there's something called attendance register that they keep on record. So just to make a general statement as if there are no records from the provinces, that shows it's a display of high level of somebody that thinks that is above everyone. So we can't work like that. We need to respect provinces. We need to give them a time when they process things. We need to support them, and we need to work with them. So we need to take that into cognizance when we conduct our business. 3, this committee, the posture that sometimes we take, which is allowed by the rules of the NCOP, but it doesn't mean that others can't apply the same rules to deal with the attitude of other members that will always say we want to isolate ourselves, even if things are clear, when there should be some consensus on things. But this thing of politicking, even when there's no need to politic, it really does not work this collective to move forward. So those are the few things that I wanted to say. But the report has been moved and supported. The report is a true reflection of what transpired in the provinces. Let's move to the next item of the provincial mandates. Can we slide the provincial mandate so that we can see which province starts on this bill?
Chairperson?
Yes, Mr. Manel?
With your permission, Chair, I just want to outline the process that we have done, and you will make a pronouncement on that. In the interest of time, what we have done, taking into account that some of the final mandates were shared before this meeting, what we did, those that were tabled, Chair, we individually sent to each and every member, Chair. As we speak now, Chair, each and every member of the committee has the mandate coming from their respective provinces. If you allow, Chair, you can just ask members to table their final mandate as conferred by their provincial legislatures. Thank you very much.
Okay. I haven't seen mine here on my email and my WhatsApp.
On the WhatsApp and email, I have Chairperson.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, it's here. Yeah. All right, let's start with Eastern Cape. Sikala kuwe Mhlekazi pha ePhondweni.
Ndiyabonga, Chair. Honorable Chair, although there was a perception that other provinces did not conduct their public hearings, I just want to put this on record that the Eastern Cape did conduct its public hearing. Therefore, Eastern Cape are in support of this bill, B14D 2022. I thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Peter. Let's go to Mpumalanga. Honorable Kaiza, second.
Yes, Chair. To the chairperson of the National Council of Provinces, the name of the bill, Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill. Number of the bill is B14D 2022. Date of the deliberation is 3 November 2025. Vote of the legislature. The delegation representing the province of Mpumalanga in the National Council of Provinces is hereby conferred with a mandate to vote in favor of the Independent Municipal Demarcation Bill B14D 2022. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Kaiza. Let's take another Cape. Honorable Chief Whip.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. To the Chairperson of the National Council of Province, Mary Fule Municipal. The name of the bill, in terms of the final mandate, is the Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority. Number of the bill, the 14D of 2022. The date of the deliberation, the 3rd of November 2025. Vote of the legislature supports the Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill. Signed by Honorable Nurin Cluster, the Speaker of the Northern Cape Legislature. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Chief Whip. Let's move to Limpopo.
Thank you, Chairperson. Let me just indicate this, Chair, to confirm that Limpopo has had the public participation on this bill. The meeting, Chair, was held on the the 8th of September, and I just want to confirm that I have a letter from the Office of the Speaker to delegate the permanent delegate from Limpopo to vote in support of this bill, 14D of 2022, Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's move to Free State.
Thank you very much, Chair. Free State had public participation. We do support the bill. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Makesini. We then move to Askafi Gegupi, Western Cape. Move to Western Cape.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to confirm with the Secretariat, Moss said that he sent the final negotiating mandates to each and every member of the committee per province. I just want to confirm that he has not sent it to me and make sure that that's the case.
Chairperson?
Yes, Mr. Manan.
Okay. What happened before this meeting, Chair, through Mr. Jason, Chair, an email was sent to Honorable Badenhorst and to myself, but Western Cape has an issue, Chair.
Good. Okay, that's
yes.
Chair, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that he did not send it to me. It's not a problem. I have received communication from the Western Cape Provincial Legislature. They received a notification on Friday, the 31st of October, that we will have our committee meeting this morning, the 4th of November, to consider the final mandates. The Standing Committee on Local Government, Environmental Affairs and Development Planning adopted its final mandate yesterday, the 3rd of November, and that final mandate is therefore scheduled to be considered this morning by us. But in terms of the mandating procedures of Provinces Act of 2008, the legislature, which is the Western Cape Provincial Government, must first consider and approve the final mandate before it's transmitted to the NCOP. So therefore, the information that I received from my legislature is that the next scheduled sitting will consider the final mandate and then transmit that final mandate to the delegation to present. So the final mandate will be considered, it looks like, on the 13th of November, and it will then be transmitted to us. So it should reach us before the sitting of the House. Thank you.
Thank you. Gauteng.
Are you saying Gauteng? Are you saying Gauteng? Oh.
Yeah, Gauteng.
Final
mandate me to
mandate.
say Johannesburg. No, it's not Johannesburg, it's Gauteng.
The final mandate, the final voting mandate, it's written to the chairperson of the National Council of Provinces. Name of the bill, Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill. Number B14D-2022. Date of deliberation was this morning on the 4th of November 2025. Gauteng Legislature supports the principle and details of the bill and therefore votes in favor of the bill, of the below bill, save for the grammatical correction of the word members on clause 15, subsection 4, line 12 of the bill, which we believe the legal team will have to consider. The name of the bill, Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill, written by our Honorable Murakane Musopia, our Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Zimande. Let's take Northwest. Honorable Mabibo. I didn't see Honorable Mabibo here. But if you can confirm, Mr. Manele, what was their final mandate? Mr. Manele?
Chairperson?
The Northwest final mandate, what was it? Because we don't have Honorable Mabibo with us.
Thank you very much, Chair. With your permission, Chair, I want to put on record that the permanent delegate from Northwest has been given a mandate to vote in favor of the bill, Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The last province is KZN, KwaZulu-Natal. KwaZulu-Natal splitted the district so that it can have footprint to different areas of the province when we conducted the public hearings. But we also met today, the legislature met today at 8 a.m. on the 4th of November to consider the IMDA bill, which is bill number B14D of 2022. And the KwaZulu-Natal legislature met today on the 4th of November 2025 and agreed to mandate the KwaZulu-Natal permanent delegate to the National Council of Provinces to support the Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority bill, B14D of 2022. I submit the province is in support. Is there any province that I left out? Because we don't have a province called international for now. So let's proceed if I didn't leave anyone out. So these are final mandates, honorable members from our respective provinces. We'll consider what Western Cape has submitted, because I think it's the only province that have not finalized. And we related this as an anticipation with the House Chair that there may be some provinces with challenges, but will request an extension if that is granted, and the House Chair agreed with that.
Sorry, Chairperson, thank you very much. Sorry, Chairperson, for interruption.
Oh,
The
Honorable
Northwest
Mabibo, are
vote
you
in
back?
favor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We wanted to hear from the horse's mouth. Thank you. So let's move now to the department as per our schedule. Mr. Manele, you said the DG is here, or a
Chair,
representative?
in terms of the communication sent via office, Chair, there was an apology tabled, Chairperson.
Oh, okay. So let's get a report then.
Chairperson, it means Andy, our parliamentary legal advisor, will be the one who will be taking through close by close, Chairperson. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you. Advocates, over to you.
Good morning, Honorable Chairperson, and good morning to the honorable members. Greetings to my colleagues as well on the platform. I'm not sure, Chairperson, if I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Thanks, Chairperson. Chairperson, mine is just to go through the diversion of the bill, of course, with the members, clause by clause. Chairperson, we start clause one. Clause one, Chairperson, there were two changes there. One of it, Chairperson, it was the insertion after the definition of national house of the following definition, which is organized local government. If we can go to definitions and we go to the definition of organized local government after the definition of national house. People, can you go to go down? Just okay. No. Up, people. Yes. Organized local government. So, Chairperson, organized local government means an organization recognized in terms of Section 2, subsection 1 of the Organized Local Government Act 1997, Act 52 of 1997, to represent local government nationally or provincially. And then, Chair, in the same clause, which is clause 1, by the insertion after the definition of political office, you see, Chair, the definition of political office there. Under it, there's a new definition for president. President means the head of state and head of the national executive, as contemplated in Section 83, subsection A of the Constitution. Chairperson, there were no changes in clause 2, and people, can you go to clause? Yes, there were no changes in clause 2, and there were no changes as well, Chairperson, in clause 3. There were no changes in clause 4 as well. Then in clause 5, Chairperson, can you go to clause 5, people? Yes. So there's an insertion of a new paragraph there, Chair, paragraph D, because clause 5 deals with the functions of the authority. And then D, Chair, says, educate the public regarding the functions of the authority through the official website of the authority, any suitable media platform, including television and radio. And so that's what we were inserting there, Chairperson, paragraph D. And then, Chairperson, clause 6, there are no changes. Clause 7, there are no changes. Clause 8, there are no changes. And then clause 9, Chairperson, there's a change there by the insertion of a new paragraph. Clause 9, Chairperson, deals with the qualifications of board members. And there's a new paragraph there, Chair, which is clause 9(2), subclause F, which reads as follows: a person who has held a political office within 12 months from the date of being appointed as a member of the board, semicolon, or. And then, Chairperson, at clause 10, there's a change there as well. Clause 10, Chairperson, deals with the appointment of board members. And then at subsection 4, Chairperson, there's a wording there which was added, Chair, after the word persons. So the new clause 10, subsection 4 reads as follows: the selection panel must compile a list of nominations and applications received, must consider such nominations and applications, and must from this list recommend suitably qualified persons, after conducting the vetting and screening process, to be appointed as members of the board. So that's the wording that was added, Chairperson, after conducting the vetting and screening process. And then, Chairperson, in clause 10, subsection 7 as well, there's some wording that was added there after the word names. So the new subsection 7 will read as follows: the president must make the required number of appointments from the list and publish the names and qualifications of appointed members of the board in the Gazette. Clause 11, Chairperson, there are no changes. Clause 12, there are no changes. Clause 13, there are no changes. Clause 14, there are no changes. Clause 15, there are no changes. And then clause 16, Chairperson, deals with committees. Now at clause 16, Chairperson, there's a wording that was added there in clause 16, subclause 2A. The board may establish one or more committees to assist the board in the performance of its functions or the exercise of its powers comma, subject to budget and available resources. That's the wording that was added, Chairperson, subject to budget and available resources. And then, Chairperson, under the same clause, subclause 4, there's some wording that was added there, and it reads now as follows. When appointing members to a committee, the board is not restricted to members of the board, but at least one member of the committee must be a member of the board. And the criteria as set out in section 7 apply equally to the appointment of members of a committee and to co-opted advisory members. The person, as Honorable Zimande has highlighted it, at the end of the sentence there, there's some misspelling, Chairperson, of members, but we will ask the Peel's Office, Chairperson, to attend to it prior to the President assenting to the bill. Then, Chairperson, clause 17, Chairperson, there are no changes. 18, no changes. 19, no changes. 20, no changes. 21, no changes. 22, no changes. 23, no changes. 24, no changes. Clause 25, no changes. Chairperson, clause 26, no changes. Clause 27, no changes. Clause 28, no changes.
Advocate, we lost you. Advocate Dejan, are you back?
Constitution of the Appeals Authority.
Oh, we lost you. Where were you? I think for more than 2 minutes now, we lost you. So, but you can proceed where there are changes. You muted yourself again, Advocate. You are muted.
Hi, Chairperson. Yes, sorry, Chairperson, it's my connectivity. Can you hear me now, Chairperson?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, Chairperson. Can you tell me, Chairperson, where I was when? Hi, Chair.
Yes,
Hi, Chair.
Advocate, you can proceed.
Okay, thanks, Chair. Chairperson, there's an insertion of a new paragraph under clause 8, and it reads as follows. E must be independent, impartial, and perform its functions without fear, favor, or prejudice. There are no changes, Chair, to clause 39, 40, 41, and 42. And then at clause 43, Chairperson, there's some wording that was added there. Clause 43, subclause 1. So, Chair, clause 43 deals with the appeals authority proceedings. And then clause 43, subclause 1, now reads as follows. Any person or a group of persons, that's the wording that's been added, or a group of persons aggrieved by a decision of the board that was published in terms of section 31(2)(c) may lodge an appeal against that decision with the appeals authority no later than 30 days from the date of the publication of that decision. Now, Chair, clause 44 up to clause 52, Chairperson, no changes were effected. Chairperson, that brings us to the end of the clause by clause division of the bill. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Advocate Dejan. We are now going to allow members, if there are clarities and comments on what have been presented on the D list. Let's take hands. Are there any members with interest to partake? I don't see any hands on my screen. But if you feel that you want to talk and you can't raise your hand, you can give me an indication. So it's looked like we have covered as advocate. Thank you very much for the presentation. Members, I'm sure the next process now will be on the finalization, as we are going to be awaiting what the Western Cape will give as a mandate, but most of provinces have finalized their mandate even today. This brings us to an end of our deliberations, but I just want to make few comments. Sometimes the character of the bills that we deal with, they don't seem to, in some instances, to attract the interest of ordinary members of our communities, but there are interest groups that seem to be coming on board when they see that here is our interest on this bill. So that is why even the round tables are permitted, because round table is where you can announce in the entire province that those who want to come and share their own inputs, they must come before the legislature committee to do so. So it helps as well, because there are things where when you talk about authority bill of demarcation, you are not talking about the actual demarcations. So people will be more interested when you say, we are now dealing with actual demarcation. How do you deal with demarcation and all of that, launching of disputes, blah, 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 blah. So it's important that we look at the character of that bill as well, but we don't close the participation. We open it to each and every citizen of the Republic of South Africa to come and make their submissions whenever they feel that they have interest in shaping that law. Because that law, the eventuality is that that law will live with them. If they don't make comments, if they are going to suffer from the same law, they will be blaming government if they are not afforded the opportunity. So I want to emphasize that thorough public hearings processes should always be conducted. And we want to thank our provinces in this regard for the work that they've done. Really, some of them, they had their own provincial legislature programs, but they were able to pull it in as part of their own programs, and they conducted those public hearings. So that is highly appreciated from the work that the provinces have done. And you as permanent delegates, please send our words of gratitude to your provinces for the processes they've conducted, and we'll also write them back to thank them on all these bills that we've been processing and their responsiveness to what the Constitution dictates of us to do. Thank you very much, members. Members would like to request that on Friday, we know that other members have got meetings. We'll request that on Friday, we meet at 7:30, so that before you engage in any other meeting, we just adopt our oversight reports that we have conducted, the oversights that we have conducted as the committee. The team have been very busy trying to put things together on the other side, dealing with the bills. Really, Mr. Manel and the entire team wish to thank you for your dedication, a high level of dedication to your work. You must continue doing the good work. Honorable Skirkocha?
Chairperson, I think you missed one item on the agenda where it's indicated we asked for the legal opinion last week on which rule do we follow on this bill. It was on the agenda of the extension of that was given after the 15th of December 2024 on this bill. So if the legal department can just give us that feedback.
Okay, no. Sorry, thank you for reminding me. I've omitted that. Advocate, if you can come in.
Thanks, Chairperson. Chairperson, I thought that matter has already been laid to rest because there's a letter, Chairperson, which is dated the 13th of October 2025, addressed to Honorable Kaunda from Honorable Ryder, who is the House Chairperson responsible for committees and oversight. Chairperson, I don't want to speak about a document which is not serving before the members. Do members have that letter?
No, Chair.
Chairperson,
Yes, Mr. Manel.
Chair, with your permission, Chair, in preparation for this meeting, Chair, last week, a committee notice was sent to the attachment of the letter that advocate is referring to, that was addressed by Honorable Ryder to yourself of the 13th of October. That letter was shared with members in preparation for this meeting. I hereby confirm that through our email system, the letter was shared with the committee members. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, the matter has
Thanks,
been laid to rest. We dealt with the issues with the House Chair, and we came to an agreement where he supported us in processing this bill. That is why today we'll also be presenting other two bills. But if there are further comments, we can take that. Advocate, are you done? Okay. Does that cover you, Honorable Skipper?
Yes, Chair, but I just want to have clarity because last time we were in the meeting, they said they'll give us just feedback. I just want to find out which set of rules were we using on this bill. Was it the joint parliament rules or the NCOP rules? The advocate said they'll give us feedback. I just want to find out which rule was used to process this. Maybe I missed that letter that was sent by Mr. Manel. I just want
Can I deal with that,
clarity.
Chair? Can I deal with that,
No,
Chair?
I thought I'll allow you to deal with that with the member, but it's fine. If you are ready, you can deal with it.
Yes, Chair. No, Chair. I want to say, Chair, I agree with the sentiments said by Honorable Ryder when he says, with respect to the IMDA bill, the processing time frame expired on 20th December 2024, after which your committee requested an extension in terms of Rule 246 of the joint rules in March 2025. That request was duly approved, and the tabling of the final mandate for this bill on the 4th of November 2025 is therefore in order. All I'm trying to say, Chairperson, is that there is a rule, Chairperson, which deals with the extension of the 8 weeks, which is given to the council in terms of processing a bill. That's a different rule. That's an NCOP rule. But this one, Chair, because it's a 76 deal. That's why I'm saying, Chairperson, I align myself with the view of Honorable Ryder that says we must use the joint rule, which is joint rule 246. Thanks, Chairperson.
Honorable members, will request that you avail yourself on Friday just to adopt our oversight report, 7:30 to 8 o'clock, so that if you have other commitments, we don't really disrupt you in those plans. Thank you very much for all the good work that as a collective we've been doing to conduct oversight visits, processing these bills within the committee. Of course, it's natural that we'll always hold different views, even when it comes to provincial mandates. That is acceptable. It's part of the process. So thank you very much. Mr. Manele, any announcements?
Chairperson, before I made an announcement, I just want to make ask a question for clarity, Chair. Does it mean on the basis of the ruling that we made with regard to the request of Western Cape, we're not going to adopt our committee report up until we submit the request through the office of the House Chair? Because initially we're thinking after this process, we'll adopt a committee report that should be published today. I just want to get a clarity on that matter, Chairperson.
Advocate, what is your advice?
Chairperson, if you look at Section 6, Chair, of the Mandating Procedures Act, Chairperson, it reads as follows, Chairperson. A provincial legislature must confer authority on its provincial delegation to the NCOP to cast a vote when the relevant NCOP Select Committee considers a bill prior to voting thereon in an NCOP plenary. However, Chairperson, the provision itself does not talk about any time frame. Now, if you go to Section 65 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, 1996, if you take Section 65, which talks about decisions, subsection 1 reads as follows, Chairperson. Except where the Constitution provides otherwise, each province has one vote which is cast on behalf of the province by the head of its delegation, and all questions before the National Council of Provinces are agreed when at least 5 provinces vote in favor of the question. So, Chairperson, if my understanding serves me well, is that in terms of the presentation,
Can I also add my vote, Honorable Chair? I've been struggling in support of the bill. Thank you, of the report.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Honorable Man. So, Advocate, we can adopt the report. I think that's what I'm hearing you. And provincial mandates will be given when the consideration is done in the House.
That's what the Constitution first seems to be saying.
Thank you. Honourable members, can we get an indication of those who are in support of the report?
Chair, I support the report.
Honourable Memang support. Honourable Makesini support.
And Peter supports, Chair.
Honourable Peter support.
I support, Chair.
Honourable Molokome support.
Supported.
Honourable Nzimande support. Honourable
Honourable Mabebo support.
Honourable Mabebo support. Honourable Ceza. Honourable Skirkocher.
On this bill, I do not support.
Thank you. Honourable Bedenost. Oh, you're still waiting for...
Do not support, Chair.
Oh, okay. What if your mandate says support? Okay, but it's fine.
Chair, we're talking about the report and not the bill. So on the report, due to a lack of evidence of public participation, I do not support.
Okay, no, I was teasing you. I know what you wanted to do. All right. No, any member whom I've left out?
You left out yourself, Chair.
Oh, yes. I mean, it's given. I support. Honorable Mabebo, are you back? He is also struggling with his network where he's located. But thank you. But the majority of the committee supports, with 2 members who are not in support of the report. So therefore, the majority approves this report. The report is duly adopted for the tabling to the council. Any announcement, Mr. Manel?
What is outstanding is only the consideration and adoption of the minutes dated the 27th and 29th of October, Chairperson.
The minutes. Oh, yeah. Members, you read those minutes. I don't assume, I'm certain you read all the documents. Can we get a mover for the adoption of the minutes? Honorable Mwimanga, you... Oh, no. It's the legacy hand. Can we get a mover or the
I do move, Chair, as I was part and parcel of the meeting. So I move that the minutes be adopted. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any seconder?
Peter support, Chair.
Honorable Peter support. The minutes are duly adopted. Mr. Manele, you can bring them for me to sign. They are now part and parcel of our archives. Thank you very much. This brings us to the end of our deliberations. Honorable members will meet at the plenary, where we'll be presenting the two bills on your behalf, and the mandates from the provinces will be expressed. Thank you very much for your support, for your messages. The meeting is adjourned.
Thanks, Chair.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.